Today, Precarious plays
Fire Emblem!
Big nose. What does a big nose sound? Are you certain? Veray's heir is here.
Yes, Father. We've just received words from our lookouts. Still beyond that hill, but he'll be here before long.
Lord Effidel, what is the meaning of this?
Perhaps when they reached Santaru's castle, Lord Hellman was still clinging to life.
You can't be serious. I'm trying to sound like 80% nose. Like if my body was 80% nose.
He couldn't have lasted too long, but maybe he told them something.
That's terrible. Our plan, it's all for naught, isn't it?
No need to be so alarmed, my lord. Even if he told young Eliwood something of our schemes, Veray no longer has any power. All Eliwood could do is perhaps inform Marquise Ostia.
Ostia? That would be ruinous! I love that word. Lord Uther may be young and new to the throne, but he's dangerous. That addlepated Hellman, he was a coward to the end. To betray us now when we're so close. We only need a little more time to complete our plans for the rebellion.
Then before Marquis Ostia becomes aware of any of this, you would do well to stop them here.
Yes, you're right, of course. We do have a chance. They have to pass through Laos to get to Ostia. We can still silence them.
They must not pass, no matter the cost.
Let us make haste. Call for our finest troops.
Father, please let me take the command.
Eric, tell me, son, can you succeed?
That Claude Eliwood and I studied together in Ostia. He's a trusting fool. If he sees me, he'll lower his guard. And when he does, we'll strike.
I see.
I beg your pardon. Is this not too much for him? If by strange chance he fell, things could turn for the worse.
No, I know I'm the lad's father, but Eric's quite clever, I tell you. It's nothing for A's whelp, will be no trouble at all. It's settled. It's up to you now, Eric. Bring me the head of Feray's darling son.
Yes, Father. I will not fail you.
I want to drape my nutsack across the severed head. He looks like that kind of guy. He looks pretty nasty.
Yeah, he does look pretty, ooh.
Look around. They truly are preparing for battle. The Marquis Laos. What's this place called? Why is he scheming? You don't much look like you want to go to the castle. If we go and learn the truth, we may have to go to war. That's fine with me. I have no love for war. If I concentrate on the foe before me, I'm fine. If I picture families, innocents caught up in our foolish politics, if I imagine them, all I can do is pray for a way to solve things peacefully. Eliwood.
Lord Eliwood, a knight has risen forth from the castle.
A lone knight?
Yes, my lord. Our scouts say it's Marcus Lao's son, Eric. He is asking to see you.
Eric? Yeah, I'd have to be that buffoon. Hold on, wait a second.
What?
So is this guy a pallet of bricks? Hector just called someone a buffoon.
Oh my god, this dummy. I don't know, Hector doesn't seem slow or anything, just big. Just real big.
I don't know. Okay. I will see him. Bring him here. I'm leaving. I can never abide him. I'll go for a ride and survey our surroundings. A ride, huh? Interesting that he has a horse outside of combat.
Hello. It's been a long time, Eliwood.
Eric, what is your business?
My business? What do you mean? I heard my old friend was here in Laos. I merely thought I'd ride out to greet you. So tell me, friend, what brings you to Laos?
You want to drop those commas if you want to...
On your way to Ostia?
You want to keep the act up. Why would you think that?
Well, you were always such good friends with Hector. He and I never got along very well. For Noble, his behavior was crude, and his manner of speech... You would have thought him a peasant on the first glance. You're still friends with Hector, aren't you? When did you see him last? How do you communicate? I'm getting too nosy.
Eric, you're after something. What is it?
Pardon?
Everywhere I look, Laos prepares for battle. What are you and your father planning? I will know the truth. Sorry, that lacked conviction. I will know the truth.
I'd hoped to wait until you told me of Ostia, of whether you've spoken with the Marquis or not.
What are you talking about?
Eliwood, I've always despised you. How I've longed to smash you and your pathetic morality to pieces. I've dreamed of this day, and here it is at last.
Too bad you'll not live to see the end of it. Hector!
You! Hector! Yeah, I think we said that already.
Guitar!
You couldn't! Have you spoken with Ostia already?
Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. Hollywood, this mongrel has troops lying in ambush all around us. Last regulars, every one. We're in for a rough time of it.
There's little point in fighting. You're trapped! My forces will overwhelm you. An unending torrent of soldiers. Laos's elite knights are at the ready as well. How long do you think you can survive?
Craven cur!
I'm really glad that all the voices that I've had to do so far are dudes today, because I'm just like...
Feeling husky?
Yes! Can I do the old lady? Or no, you want to do the old lady?
She's gonna... Well, the only other person on the screen is Hector, so...
A word of trouble you've landed yourself in, yes?
Who? Ah, you startled me, old woman. You should get out of here. This is gonna be a bad place to stay if you plan on living.
I want to see the one searching for his father. Marquis Ferre's son?
Listen up, old lady. You're close to death as it is. Quit your yammering and move on! Hector, you should mind your manners. He doesn't have long. I am Eliwood. May I ask your name, milady?
What a polite young man. See, this is why I asked for him. I'm Hannah, a fortune teller, and I came here to help you.
I always forget that you do have like another Merlinnus type character that joins you. Can you tell me where my father's gone?
No, I'm not. I just read the weather, but I can see other things, useful things, like weather.
Mainly weather.
I can tell you what weapons to take into battle, as well as who should wield them, things of that nature. I'm an advice gal.
I see. Don't tell me you believe any of this. I have no reason to believe or disbelieve in Hannah's powers, but I will not rule out anything. but I will not rule out anything if it helps me find my father.
All right.
I think using her fortunes...
Lord Eliwood, Lord Hector. I make my living as a humble merchant. If you have any items you no longer need, please let poor Merlinnus take them. I'm here to speak to me for auguries before you engage the enemy. My services are not free, but they may save you from paying a greater price.
Using her fortune, I think, reduces your tactics rating.
Oh, yeah?
Either,
I've never used her, I don't think.
Either directly or indirectly. It's either like a... Maybe it's a situation where it just reduces it because you have to pay money, and money... Whenever you buy something, your rating goes down. Or maybe it's like, if you get a fortune, you lose like a star from tactics or whatever, you know.
Well, I need to clean up my units and trade a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of boring things.
And then we'll
be back.
We'll save it, and then we'll be back, yeah.
Alrighty. So, we've shuffled around a bunch of units and everything. We've decided to leave a bunch of people home. Let me just show you.
Because we can do that now.
Yeah, now that we have Merlinnus and this, like, pre-battle screen, there's a lot more managing that we can do. So we, redistributed all of the items, we checked our map, we moved people around on it, and now it's time to fight! With an exclamation point. Lord Eliwood, shall I join you? If you deploy my tent, I can help you with the equipment. I can switch items for you and hold them when your packs are full. However, my tent cannot be moved about.
Seems like a really useless tent. Are we just building him a house?
So if you deploy it, it will require a guard. I beg your understanding. Yes, okay, so we do want to deploy Merlinnus whenever it's possible because of what this says, that he's going to get a level every time he survives. Besides, this is not the worst penalty ever.
This is a really interesting element that I want to talk about. Especially how it compares to a similar kind of element.
Lark, let me take the point.
In Disgaea.
There may be many of them, but their numbers are meaningless. We are knights of foray. These mice of Laos will never defeat us.
Hold on, give me a second. We certainly could stand some assistance.
I'm sorry, but it's just not possible. If we disobey Marquis Laos, who knows what might happen to us?
I understand. We'll seek our aid elsewhere.
You'll find the same answer everywhere you go. Eventually, you'll have to do as the Marquis orders. You would do well to tell your employer the same thing.
Good day to you. God, so put upon.
But you were talking about Merlinnus before I interrupt you with that piece of conversation.
He's an interesting element. I think that he is underutilized. Even after he promotes to wagon mode. I almost wish that you had that tent from the very beginning of the game, and it represented your tactician to start, and then eventually expanded to represent Merlinnus. Because it reminds me of the base panel from Disgaea Hour of Darkness, and at least Disgaea 2. I think it might still be in there
to this day, I haven't played many of the newer Disgaea titles because I haven't owned my own PlayStation console for a long time. Like, I haven't purchased the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4 just because like, it just never happened. I think the big thing is that my friends would buy them, and I would only have a couple of games that I wanted to play, and I would just wind up borrowing those to play those titles, you know? Whoa. Okay.
Bam, Rebecca. I love you.
And with that, we'll see all of you tomorrow.
Love
because
you.
We're not gonna push our luck. We're gonna cool down, and maybe by tomorrow, and have another critical hit or two.